Hi everyone, welcome back to the British Accent Podcast. I'm Emily.
And I'm Nick. We're so glad you're here with us today, because if you've been wondering, how do I actually get fluent in English this year, even with my crazy schedule? This episode is for you.
Exactly. We know that life gets hectic. Between school, work, family, and everything else, it can feel like there's no time left to improve your English. But here's the good news, fluency is possible, even in 2025, especially if you know how to learn smart, not just hard.
That's right. And today, we're going to walk you through some of the best strategies for busy learners. The kind of techniques that real-life English learners, people just like you, are using to make real progress without needing 5 hours a day or a classroom.
Let's start with one mindset shift. Fluency isn't something you achieve after one big effort. It's the result of small, consistent steps. If you have 10 minutes a day, you can do something with those 10 minutes. It's about how intentional you are with that time.
So true. One of the most powerful tools right now in 2025 is micro-learning. That means you don't need to sit for an hour with a textbook. You can listen to an English podcast while commuting, watch a YouTube short with subtitles, or even write a one-sentence journal entry before bed. All of that adds up.
And let's be honest, if you're scrolling Instagram or TikTok, you already have time. The question is whether you're using that time to consume English, or just letting it pass by. What if your entertainment became your learning?
That's the magic of immersive learning. Follow creators who speak English. Change your phone's language. Watch Netflix with English audio and English subtitles. When your environment is filled with English, your brain gets constant input, even when you're not actively studying.
I love that, Nick. And another thing busy learners need is flexibility. Forget rigid study schedules. Build a system that fits your lifestyle. If you're a morning person, do your English routine before breakfast. If you're a night owl, maybe your fluency hour is just before bed.
Exactly. And don't underestimate the power of habit stacking. Pair your English learning with something you already do every day. Like, I'll listen to 10 minutes of English audio while I brush my teeth, or I'll read one page of an English book after I drink my coffee.
And here's something important, don't wait until you're free. That moment never really comes. You get fluent by showing up even when you're tired, even when life is full. It's those little moments of showing up that build fluency over time.
We've seen this work again and again with learners who thought they were too busy. The moment they started living in English, even in small ways, their fluency took off. It's not about having more time, it's about using the time you already have, in a smarter way.
Let's talk about something that's changing the fluency game in 2025, long-form content. I know it sounds counterintuitive when we're talking about being busy, but here's the key, long-form doesn't mean hard, it means deep. When you spend 20, 30, or even 60 minutes listening to a single English podcast, like this one, or watching a full episode of a TV show in English, you're training your brain to follow natural rhythm, tone and structure of the language in a way that short clips just can't give you.
Exactly. It's like learning to swim by staying in the water longer. Sure, short clips are fun, but real comprehension grows when your brain gets immersed in full conversations, with all the pauses, intonation, connected speech, even the mistakes that real people make. That's where your ear gets trained and your understanding becomes automatic.
And that doesn't mean you have to understand 100% of everything you hear. Fluency actually grows in the struggle. When you listen to something that challenges you just a bit beyond your level, you grow. So, don't worry if you miss a word here or there. Keep going. Keep listening. Your brain is picking up more than you think.
Another thing that makes a huge difference is shadowing. You've heard us mention it before. It's when you repeat after a native speaker in real time, trying to match their rhythm, pronunciation, and energy. It's like turning passive listening into active fluency training. You can do it with YouTube, with podcasts, even with audiobooks.
And if you're busy, make it part of your commute, your workout, or your cleaning time. You don't need a desk to improve your English. You just need to bring English with you into your life. Make it your companion.
You know what I think is the most powerful part of all this? It's when people stop thinking of English as a subject to study, and start seeing it as a lifestyle. Like, English is the language I live in, even if I only have 15 minutes today. That mindset shift alone can change everything.
And it also helps you stop comparing yourself to others. Fluency doesn't have to look like perfect grammar, or a native accent. It's about expressing yourself, understanding others, and building real confidence, even if you make mistakes along the way.
Right. In fact, mistakes are part of the fluency journey. We all make them. Even native speakers. The important thing is to keep going. To build a routine that you actually enjoy, so that learning English doesn't feel like a burden, it feels like you.
So whatever your schedule looks like this year, whether you're a student, a full-time worker, a parent, or juggling all three, just remember, fluency in 2025 is not about more pressure. It's about consistent progress. Tiny steps. Real moments. English that fits into your life, not the other way around.
Let's also talk about the role of repetition. I know, people say, won't I get bored listening to the same thing again? But actually, that's where the magic happens. When you rewatch or re-listen to the same podcast episode or video, your brain picks up on new details every time, phrases you missed, pronunciation you didn't notice before, or even just better comprehension. It's not boring, it's deep fluency training.
Yes. And let's not forget how useful transcripts can be. In 2025, most podcasts and videos come with transcripts or subtitles. Use them. First, try to listen without them. Then listen again while reading. Then try shadowing with the transcript. You'll notice how your understanding, pronunciation, and confidence grow each round. One piece of content can give you 5 different ways to practice.
And if you're someone who says, I don't have time, think of it like this, your phone is with you all the time anyway, right? So make your phone your fluency partner. Change your phone's language to English. Follow English-speaking creators. Get into English comment sections. Even scrolling Instagram or TikTok can be powerful if you're intentional about it.
Fluency in 2025 doesn't just happen in classrooms anymore. It happens in your pocket, in your headphones, during your lunch break, while you're cooking. And that's actually beautiful. It means no matter how busy life gets, you can keep improving. Not with stress, not with pressure, but with rhythm, with fun, with consistency.
You don't need to do everything perfectly. Just something daily. That's the real path to fluency.
Exactly. And here's something powerful. When you combine listening with speaking, even in tiny amounts, your brain starts connecting the dots faster. Like, if you hear a sentence in a podcast, let's say, I've been meaning to call you, and you repeat it out loud, or better yet, you try using it in your own sentence, like I've been meaning to start that Netflix series. Suddenly that structure sticks. It becomes part of your speaking vocabulary, not just your passive knowledge.
That's the transformation zone, when listening meets speaking. And it doesn't have to be formal. You don't need a teacher watching you. Just open your voice memo app, respond to what you heard, or talk to yourself. It's not weird, it's practice. It's fluency in motion.
And it's way more powerful than people think. Because you're not just learning English, you're rewiring your brain to think in English. That's the real fluency people want. Not just understanding words, but living in the language, responding naturally, feeling at home in it.
Which is why even 5 minutes of shadowing or summarizing after listening can change everything. After your podcast, say what you remember. Try to retell it in your own words. That habit alone makes your brain switch gears from passive to active. From I understand to I can say this.
And it builds confidence. The more you speak, even if no one hears you, the more your brain believes, I can do this. And when you believe that, fluency isn't a far goal anymore. It's something you're already building, brick by brick, every single day.
And it's not about being perfect. A lot of learners wait until they feel ready, but honestly, that day never comes unless you start now. Fluency is a process of messing up, noticing what doesn't sound right, and getting a little better each time. So when you're listening to something in English, pause it, mimic the intonation, exaggerate the rhythm, even if you feel silly. That's exactly what makes you fluent faster.
Yes. And don't underestimate the power of routine. Let's say every morning you listen to 10 minutes of a podcast on your way to work. Then at night you record a short voice note about what you learned, or what stuck with you. That's how you make English part of your identity. Not something you study, but something you do.
And when it becomes a habit, your fluency doesn't rely on motivation anymore. It's just who you are. A person who listens, who speaks, who grows, every day, no matter how busy life gets.
We always say, don't aim for perfect English. Aim for consistent contact. Consistent effort. The more you show up, even in the smallest ways, the more English shows up for you. Fluency isn't about doing everything. It's about doing something, today.
Yes. I love the idea of passive exposure mixed with intentional moments. So, you might be absorbing English passively throughout the day, but maybe once or twice a week you actively speak with a language partner, record yourself, or write a quick summary of what you watched. It doesn't need to be big or fancy, just enough to keep your brain firing in English.
Yes. I love the idea of passive exposure mixed with intentional moments. So, you might be absorbing English passively throughout the day, but maybe once or twice a week, you actively speak with a language partner, record yourself, or write a quick summary of what you watched. It doesn't need to be big or fancy, just enough to keep your brain firing in English.
Fluency sneaks up on you when you're consistent. It's not about studying harder, it's about staying connected to the language, even when life is chaotic. Especially then.
So, whether you're juggling work, school, family, or just trying to find your rhythm, remember, your English journey doesn't have to be perfect to be powerful. You can be busy and still become fluent. It's all about finding ways to stay close to the language every single day, even in small, meaningful ways.
Exactly. Make English part of your real life, not something separate from it. That's how you grow fluency without burning out. One step, one moment, one habit at a time.
Thanks for spending your time with us today. We hope this gave you fresh ideas and new motivation to keep going, even if life feels hectic right now.
And as always, don't forget to be kind to yourself. Progress is happening even when it feels slow.
You've got this. We'll see you in the next episode.
Take care and keep speaking your future into existence.